The Witcher Sirens of the Deep movie just released today on Netflix. I am a big fan of the Witcher games, especially Witcher 3, and I enjoyed the Witcher TV series on Netflix, but I am not looking forward to Season 4 now that Henry Cavill left the role. The Witcher Sirens of the Deep is an animated movie based on the short story A Little Sacrifice by Andrei Sapkowski, and focuses on Geralt as he and Jaskier head to the seaside town of Bremervoord, where they are hired by the local king and prince to kill an Allamorax, a vicious sea creature they believe to be behind the killings of some of their fishermen. While they investigate the matter, the king is also trying to get a grip on his son Agloval, who happens to be in love with the princess of a nearby mermaid kingdom, whom the king suspects may be behind the attacks. Sounds kinda like a cross between Witcher and the Little Mermaid. Is the new Witcher Sirens of the Deep movie any good? The reviews are out already from critics and audiences. Let's take a look at what some of the critics are saying about this new Witcher animated movie. Rant from Screen Rant writes, "Unfortunately, the movie finds itself being more like The Little Mermaid than a Witcher story, down to there being an undersea character with powers manipulating the shenaz and an out-of-place musical number." Grant gives the movie 5 out of 10 stars. Andrew from The Verge writes, "Sirens of the Deep is perhaps a touch more predictable than most Witcher stories. It is basically a dark fantasy take on The Little Mermaid, complete with a musical number, but there are enough tragic and heartfelt twists to keep things interesting. More important is that it's a film that understands the appeal of The Witcher and keeps things centered around on putting Geralt in difficult situations and watching them make the most out of it. Blood is shed, hearts are broken, and hopefully the next iterations of the franchise will follow suit." Marco from comicbook.com writes, "Sirens of the Deep is a flawed spin-off with a few highlights sprinkled over, delivering just enough fun to engage with in a casual watch. For die-hard The Witcher fans, it does offer a glimpse at Geralt's adventures with Jaskier, right in the middle of the timeline mess that was the main series' first season." Marco gives the movie 2.5 stars out of 5. Sounds like the critics agree that the movie is a cross between The Little Mermaid meets The Witcher, with a focus on Geralt, and the scores for the movie are kind of mid, averaging about 5 out of 10. What are the audience reviews to The Witcher Sirens of the Deep? Seji Black writes, "I just finished watching. I like Doug Cockle. I like seeing drowners. I always took pleasure in killing them. I thought the animation was fine. Once again, I feel like it was written by somebody who read a summary of The Witcher but never read the books or played the games. There was a checklist that had themes and characters in there, but still missed the mark." Processing Info writes, "Netflix completely butchered the lore and story on so many levels. The conflict between fish people and humans is just a backdrop in the book. It's not the main plot of the story. The main plot revolves around Geralt and Essie and their complicated relationship. The anime made it all about the conflict. What drives me nuts is that at times it looked like they wanted to adapt the story properly, but they just fumbled it." Odd Opening writes, "Some of the absolute worst writing I've ever witnessed. This is fanfic territory." Sounds like the audience reviews aren't very positive either, with many saying the movie is not true to the source material. Are you guys planning to watch Witcher Sirens of the Deep? Let me know in the comments.
Greetings from the continent, Witcher fans. Hi, I'm Doug Cockle, and you might recognize my voice as that of Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher video game series, and soon from the upcoming Netflix animated film The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep.